At the end of the year 1968, Italian director Sergio Leone released one of the most regarded spaghetti western films of all time, and just in time for the holiday season, and that film was Once Upon a Time in the West. The film's casting took advantage of incorporating international stars to promote the picture, with Claudia Cardinale as Jill McBain, Charles Bronson as Harmonica, Jason Robards as Cheyenne, and the anti-typecast Henry Fonda playing Frank. Sergio Leone dominated and defined his narrative and aesthetic style through spaghetti westerns, with films such as A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and the widely regarded The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Focusing specifically on Once Upon a Time, the film follows suit to the Western genre-style modes of production. Themes of power, status, dominance, vastness of land equity, and revenge are all captured uniquely by Tonio Delli-Colli, the cinematographer of the film. Delli-Colli's style as a cinematographer accurately captures the rugged nature of the landscapes within the world, in relation to sociological hegemonies that identify with characters on the screen. The notion of time as a narrative aspect works interestingly within the film in combination of shot duration and edits on screen. The film stresses that there is only so much time to act, and that explicit action speaks louder than words. Emphasis on action always coordinates with the gaze. For example, take the sequence where Harmonica is held captive on the train. The gaze from the characters led the sequence, and the gaze constructed the flow of deception. Though the idea of the gaze is a powerful aspect of the film, you cannot always trust what's to be expected. The element of surprise is another Western ideology that exists in the diegesis of the film, and has become such a crucial element towards the Western. As we take a look at the duel between Harmonica and Frank, there are many signs to communicate the intensity between the two characters. As often connoted through distant standoffs, such as we see here in the long shots, there's an idea that only one man will make it out alive. The themes of power, status, and dominance again all tie together here. Leone's style of close-up shots on individual characters captures the character's expression based on their gaze, typically on the opposing force. The long takes of expression-lacking demeanors only intensify the struggles colliding with each other. We know what they are thinking, but then again, what else? The popular belief system amongst the filmmakers and the viewers is that the underdog is most desirable in favor of prevailing. In this case, the viewer wants to side with Harmonica over Frank. Through a basic semiotic character analysis to support this belief, the protagonist and antagonist are easily conveyed through their costume design, if not obvious before. Harmonica is presented in light brown attire versus Frank's black attire. Light colors often correlate to goodness or purity, whereas dark colors or black often correlate to evil. Therefore, as a means of support, Harmonica is good. Good should triumph over evil. Frank is evil, and Harmonica should triumph over Frank.
Yeah.
Delli-Colli and Leone blatantly hint at the good triumphing over evil cliché as Frank arches in front of Harmonica. We see Frank losing his gaze on Harmonica, whereas Harmonica's gaze on Frank never leaves him. This signifies weakness and a feeling of unsettlement or anxiousness from Fonda's character. External expression of weakness is not tolerated in the world of the Western, therefore someone has to come along and take their place. Shown in the flashbacks, Frank was once dominant over Harmonica at an early age. The audience expects the outcome of the shootout, but is taunted with these flashbacks, which prolong and tease the viewer of the out-of-focus figure walking towards the camera, yet make the viewer completely aware of the karma being foreshadowed. In this instance, it is Harmonica who overrides Frank. The dominance is finally exchanged narratively and aesthetically, framed in a low angle as Frank submits defeat. Therefore, there exists an acknowledgement of dominance of man, power, and finally revenge as ideology, and that good triumphs over evil. Harmonica acquires his subtle fulfillment by recreating the experiences he had once faced onto Frank during his final moments.
Who are you?
Through Leone's infamous use of sharp close-up shots and larger-than-life frames of the barren, unforgiving landscape, Once Upon a Time in the West presents a tale of harsh and violent encounters with hopeful themes to be taken away with the viewer. As this analysis on the film mostly covered themes and mostly negative ideologies present within the world of the Western, such as external weakness, patience and wit are evoked from the experience. Once Upon a Time in the West has a running screen time of 165 minutes. If the film has taught its viewers anything during its screen time, is that patience is a virtue, and the right moments will come with time. No matter how long or short of a time span, this mentality is what inspired Leone to make the spaghetti western classic that is Once Upon a Time in the West.
I hope you'll come back someday.
Someday.